Everyone, it's Susie here with Papercrafting by Suzanne, and we're here today to make some neutral tags that I was telling you about yesterday. And you start with a sheet of collaged paper made with various neutral colors. I've got sheet music, I've got vintage papers, dictionary papers, handwritten ledger notes, book plate, and just all kinds of things. But I started with something like this. And here are some of the ones that I finished when I was having issues with my uploads. So this one is, I didn't put a topper on this one. It's just got some epoxy drops, a vintage advertisement of Brad, and a pleated butterfly at the bottom. Let's see, this one has a fussy cut set of pair of bunnies, a floating tag at the top, and some stamps, some map paper, and book plate. This is one of the toppers from, this is from Paper Tray Ink. It came with, I think, a set of 4 tag toppers. This one has a Tim Holtz paper doll that I added a big bow to. This is a edge die from Lawn Fawn. And then down here I used the same die on some adhesive fabric. Okay, this one I love. This one has a handmade pinwheel, a vintage image cut from a magazine, a ticket, and another one of the Paper Tray Ink toppers, and then book plate and map in the background. This one has an epoxy rose right there. That's a Tim Holtz flower right there, and then some stamping I did over here. Oh, and there's washi tape down here. There's a lot of things you can add if you just kind of look through your supplies. This one has some pearls, the Paper Tray Ink topper, a fussy cut flower here, and then a ticket that was a digital download, all backed by the vintage book plate. And this one has epoxy dots, a Tim Holtz flower, a vintage stamp, and then a Paper Tray Ink topper. Okay, so let's start with some that I've already cut. There's a couple here. There's 2 with Brad's. This was a lacy edger from Sizzix that I think there was a set of 4 in them, but they just don't work very well through my my die cutting machine. It's just old. It's really old. So I thought we'd use some rub-ons, tags, stickers, tickets, whatever. And so for this one, I thought this, since that has a white topper, first let's ink it. Let's do that. Let's see, I got out a clean inking sheet for me. So we'll ink around the edges of the tag first. And I'm using Vintage Photo for this. Yeah, because that white's pretty white. I don't know of very many people that do junk journals that do a lot with just plain white. At least if you're using vintage images, you kind of want that look of worn or torn paper. And my my vintage pieces that I used on the background have already been coffee dyed, so they're fine. Let's see, where's my dry wet one? Okay, now we can go ahead and start to decorate. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was thinking about using this die cut. Is it too big though? It might be too big. I might have to use this green one. I think I am. These are 49th and Market rub-ons. Okay, do I have a rub-on stick here? Still going to cover up most of the tape, but I guess that's okay. I guess I didn't realize it was so big. Find a stylus or something. And we will rub it on. So I hope everybody's day is going well. It's finally starting to look like spring here. It's supposed to cool down in the next couple of days though. But at least we're seeing a lot of sunshine, which is nice. These usually rub on really easily, but I think sometimes it's harder on vintage paper, which is what's under here. I'm glad I went over here. I didn't even have that butterfly touched, or the one on the bottom. Yeah, these rub-ons are a little bit older too, so they might be giving me a little bit more of a difficult time. Okay, let's see if we can. So far, so good. If you go slow enough when you're doing rub-ons, you can always place the film back down and rub some more. Okay. So there's that. Now there's not going to be a lot of room to do a lot more on this tag. Maybe just a little, maybe just some epoxy drops or something like that. Might be all. Let's see. I do like Nouveau crystal drops too, but when on camera, you just don't really have time to wait for them to dry. Let's see. I think there's all shades of green in this one. Any brighter than that? Let's see. Those are a little, no, those are too light, aren't they? Yeah, we'll just stick with those that are more olivey colored. Now, crystal drops are self-adhesive, but I still add a little drop of glue just to make sure that they stay put. I was just thinking I normally add at least, I feel like at least 3 things, but I kind of do have 3 things on here. I have the topper, the rub-on, and now these. So it should be fine. Besides, I don't really want to cover up that pretty image. It's really pretty. Okie dokie. So is it spring where you guys live yet? Felt like it took a long time for us to get here. But it's been in this week, it's been in the upper 60s. It's supposed to get back down in the 40s by the end of the week, which that's fine. I don't mind cold weather. Okay. Let's see. Let's do a little piece of twine at the top. I don't know if I got a big enough punch. It's just a little piece of string. Let's see. It's going to be tough getting this through that little tiny hole. Should have used the next size up punch, I guess. I still can. I can still do that. That'll work a little better. Why make things harder than they need to be, right? I'm pretty good at that most of the time, so if I can avoid it, I should. There. Okay, there's one. And now we have, let's do this one. We're going to ink it. Let's see. Oh, that was the other idea for toppers. This was just, I just traced the top of some packaging from some embellishments or something. Then I think later we're going to make a video showing how you can make tags out of the actual package itself. So that should be fun. Okay, what do we want here? I'm thinking possibly something of color, a floral or something. And I've got these 49th and Market laser cuts. See, I use a variety of things. I use laser cuts, stickers, my fussy cut pieces, rub-ons, stamps. There's just a whole, there's just so many things you can use. So many things. Let's see, what do we want? This is the butterfly one. Butterfly one would be pretty. Would be pretty with the flower. pink or red? I am looking at the red and loving it. I am a red girl. I like pink too. But I'm eyeballing this guy up here. Okay, now these are really fine, so be careful when you pull them off. And then we'll find a red floral, excuse me, to go with it. Red and pink, something like that. This little guy. Okay, that's cute. We'll do that. We'll do that. Using my dry wet wipe, get the excess glue. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. Okay. Get him right in there, getting himself some nectar. That is really pretty, I think. Rather than twine, I'd like some red ribbon. Not too red. See, I'm so picky. That's what takes me so long. Let's use this. I just went through and redid a bunch of ribbon on these. I had them all just thrown in a basket. It was a mess because I got a new desk, and you know, with that comes kind of, you really have to rearrange a lot in your craft room. So that's what I did last weekend when I couldn't upload a video. I kept trying, but it just was not going to work for me. Let's see, that's a bigger hole. I wonder if I want, I think I'll use that one. I'm sorry. Changing my mind. This is some twill. This is from back when I had my store. Okay, I like these. Let's cut these at an angle. That one is okay. See, I went with the wider ribbon because this is a bigger brad. I think I'm just going to tie that once because it's pretty heavy ribbon. Okay, and I think it needs something up there, so we'll do, these are half pearls. Let's see, I don't know what sizes these are. Looks like there's pink and red in here. and just one size. So we'll do that size. Got a little bit too much glue, but it dries clear, so it will be fine. Make sure I get red instead of pink. Better push it over quite a bit because they're a little bit bigger than I thought they were. Hard to keep your hands on these. I need a little... I'm not very good with tweezers. I try sometimes, but sometimes my fingers just work better. Those do look a little different shade, don't they? They'll be okay. Okay, let's put these back. There's a lot of things that were popular, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I still like them, so that's the only thing I really care about. If they look good and I like them, or if you just look at them and go, oh wow, those are from way back when. But there's that one. I like this one a lot. Okay. Let's do... How about this one? Kind of a short, stubby one. And this is a piece of one of the edgers. So we will glue that on it, and then we'll do some inking on it. And just like regular master boards, I cut it on the back side, so I didn't know what pieces were going to be where when I turned it over after I had cut them. It's always kind of a fun surprise. Okay, let's go ahead and ink this. Now, if you're new and you haven't watched any of my videos, I learned from Karen Russell. She was a designer. She is the creator of Narratives, and she came to my store and did a couple of classes, and she taught us to ink from the corners in, and that way it was more realistic looking because things age from the corners in. So that's how I've, to this day, try to do it. You can ink however you want. That's just how I was taught. This was kind of in the beginning when people were inking things. Really. Okay, I don't have a brad or anything there, so we're just going to punch another hole. Keep picking up the wrong size hole punch. And I always just eyeball it. Let's wait to choose twine or ribbon till we find out how we're going to decorate. Kind of have a dark spot up here, don't I? Let me see if I can help that at all. Okay. helps a little bit. I have a little light that I can use up here. Okay, what are we going to use to decorate this? Let's see, I thought about one of these ticket stubs. I got a million of them. These aren't, oh, these are stickers. So we'll just cut that. I don't know where these are from. I got them a long time ago. Might as well use them. I hope it's not completely see-through. No. It's kind of a seafoam green of an iris. And then what else does it need? It needs something else, doesn't it? Something at least up here. I think I'm going to be boring and I'm going to do enamel dots again. I'll switch it up here eventually, I promise. It's not all going to be... They won't all be the same. Anyway, I'm just giving you a general idea. There's so many different things you can do. Yeah, and if we have time, I will show you how to make those pinwheels. Those are fun. I mean, some of you might already know, but I might find a little label to put under this or above it. It's so funny how if you just add one color or two, you know, to these monotoned pieces, how much they come to life. Okay, let's see if we can find some sort of a little tag or label to put on here. That it has to be a real small one. So let's see if I have any teeny tiny ones. I know I do in my other one if I don't in here. Let's see. Here's some teeny tiny ones. Oops. There, we'll just put that right there. That will be cute. I think these are digitals from the Junk Journal Studio. Let me double check to see if I wrote it down. For some reason, that set I printed on some glossy paper. Just, I don't know why. Yes, these are from the Junk Journal Studio. And we will use twine with this one. I'm going to try to keep this video fairly short because I'm not positive that that wasn't why my other videos weren't uploading. Okay, there's that one. Do we have time for another one? Let me see what time it is. I don't know for sure what time we started. We better call that quits. I'll do a pinwheel in another video, and come back with some of the other ones that I had suggested, the botanical border, but we finished that one, and that one. This one with the rub-on and the gemstones, or the epoxy dots, and the die-cut topper. This one with the laser cuts from 49th and Market, and the half pearls. And this one with the epoxy dots and a ticket, and then a little label there. And then all the ones that I showed you. Let's just lay them out here, and then I will show you how to do these pinwheels in an upcoming video. And I think that's it for today, guys. Oh, here's the other ones. We did have more. I will try to be back before 9 days like last time, hopefully, and show you some more goodies. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.